Hello everyone and welcome to another review. Today we're going to go ahead and review a fragrance from the house of Givenchy. That fragrance is called Gentleman Only Casual Chic. Now, Gentleman Only Casual Chic, long name, it's a fragrance that was just recently released this summer. So it's a brand new release, and I figured I'd go ahead and get this one out of the way and review it. I'm sorry, I don't mean get this one out of the way, but what I mean by that is I haven't actually done any of the reviews on the Gentleman Only series, and there's quite a few of them that are out there, and I've been meaning to review them, and I wanted to start with the most recent that's actually been released. So I'm actually going to probably do this going backwards through the series, but eventually I'm going to review all of the Gentleman Onlys. Alright? So today, as I said, we're discussing Casual Chic. Now the bottle is very similar to the other Gentleman Only fragrances. The main difference is this is a light colorway. It's got a lighter transparency type thing going to it, which is also reflected in the fragrance itself. But with that, I'll get to that in a second. It's available in two main sizes, 1.7 and a 3.4. The 1.7 ounce is going to run you about $63 retail, whereas the 3.4 is going to run you about $85 retail. So it's about standard, in line with many designer houses, designer prices, right? So with that, let's go ahead and get right into the notes of this fragrance. The notes of this fragrance consist of, at our top, we've got juniper, ginger, cardamom, geranium, and nutmeg. For our mid, we have birch, cedar, mint, and lavender. And for our base, we have sandalwood, ambroxan, cedar, vanilla, and vetiver. So when you spray this, immediately what you get is this very, I guess you could say, a very clean, a very fresh type of a scent to it. Now, accompanying that scent is a heavy spice scent, and it took me a while to actually get it and figure out that it was a heavy spice scent, because what came next is something that I've actually talked about quite a few times, and that's if scents are too heavy on the spice, they tend to make my stomach turn, and that's what actually this fragrance did. It made my stomach turn. That's not necessarily saying it's a bad fragrance, it's that it's just the way that certain spices and peppers are done that I find myself just, I can't take this fragrance, basically. And that's kind of what I was getting initially from the fragrance. That's not to take away from the actual scent, it's just a feeling that it gives in my gut, because the scent itself, I think it's a very clean and it's a very professional type of a scent. Too much pepper, though, it gives me that nauseous type of a feeling to it. And you might be inclined to think that it's a little bit too spicy of a fragrance, but again, that's up to you. Test it out, see how you feel. I don't want to taint it too much with the fact that it made me feel nauseous. Either way, the thing that this fragrance actually does really well is the sandalwood. The sandalwood and the woods, like the cedar that come off of it, it's not a true cedar scent, but it's really like a creamy, woody scent. A creamy, woody, but at the same time clean and with a little bit of a spice kind of tinge to it. And that's really what you're getting from this scent, which is, I actually found it to be pretty unique in terms of what I was smelling for it. Again, because of the pepper notes, I can't really get down with this fragrance. Now, I go about 3 sprays, and I went about 3 sprays on the lighter side just because, again, I had a hard time with it. I would suggest, though, that you probably want to go about 4 or 5, because this is on the lighter side, and one thing that I noticed, especially, I think it's more suited for the summer, but even though the fact that it's more suited for the summer, I was having a little bit trouble getting it to stay on my skin. So we're looking at 5-6 hours longevity with this sucker, with the 3 sprays. So you might want to try more, see if you get a little bit better longevity out of the actual scent for it. Now, for the occasion, I think it's a great work scent. The fact that it doesn't project, it's not a projection monster, works really well in the favor of using it for a work occasion. Casual, not so much for casual. I really do think that this is a great work scent, but I don't really think that it's a great scent to be wearing around every day as a casual, going out type of a scent. Now, age-wise, I think if you're out of college up, just because I think this does have a little bit, the spices give it a little bit of a mature vibe to it, and I think the way that the lavender and the geranium, even though I haven't talked about that, the way that the florals in this kind of make it appear a little bit more, you have to have a little bit of, years under your belt, I think, to pull this one off pretty well. So, I would say out of college plus, go nuts with this one, and this is maybe even a pretty good one for an older gentleman who's kind of going all around, right? Performance-wise, I kind of touched upon that. You're gonna get the projection of this scent isn't the best. It's a little bit below average. The longevity, you're gonna get about, for me, 4 to 6 hours, and the sillage, it's not really gonna leave a scent trail. So it's a little bit lacking in terms of the performance. All right. Finally, compliments. Compliment-wise, I really didn't get that many compliments actually with this one, and I'm not sure if it's to attribute it because of the lack of the power or the fact that the scent is just I can't really add much to that. So if I'm going to go ahead and give this fragrance a rating, I give this fragrance a rating a 6 out of 10. It gets a 6 out of 10 because I do think that it's a pretty decent smelling scent, and you can go ahead and try it out, see how you like it, see if it fits your personality, if it fits your skin. But the fact that the pepper note kind of comes in a little bit too strong, to me, it gives it a nauseous feeling, and that's just me, the way that I perceive the fragrance. Again, just try it out yourself. It's reasonably priced, which is pretty good. It's lacking in the performance, which is not such a good thing, and another reason why it gets a couple, rungs knocked down off the peg. All right. So if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free, send me a message, do whatever you got to do. Thank you. You guys take care of yourselves, and you guys have a great day.